There comes a moment in professional tennis when losing stops feeling temporary and starts becoming a serious question. Right now, Eala is in that exact moment. Not long ago, she was seen as one of the brightest young talents in the sport, a junior Grand Slam champion, a product of the Rafa Nadal Academy, and a player carrying the expectations of an entire nation. Everything about her journey pointed upward. Everything suggested that her rise was only a matter of time, and everything about her profile made people believe she was destined for the top levels of the game. But tennis doesn't move in straight lines. Today, her ranking is slipping, not suddenly but steadily. And in this sport, that kind of drop is never random. Because rankings don't measure potential, they measure results. They reflect exactly what is happening on the court, week after week. And right now, the results are not in her favor. To understand what's happening, you have to understand how unforgiving the system really is. The WTA ranking operates on a rolling 52-week cycle where every point a player earns must be defended exactly 1 year later. If those results aren't matched, the points disappear. There is no grace period, no adjustment for potential, no consideration for past promise. It is pure arithmetic. That's exactly what's happening to Eala. The points from her breakthrough performances are expiring, but the results she's producing now aren't replacing them, creating a widening gap between past success and present performance. But this isn't just about numbers. It's about patterns. And the pattern behind her recent results is what makes this situation more concerning. These losses aren't limited to one surface, one type of opponent, or one level of tournament. They're happening across different conditions, against different playing styles, and in different competitive environments. When losses spread like this, it suggests something deeper than just a temporary dip in form or confidence. It points to a structural issue, something in her game that opponents are beginning to understand, prepare for, and consistently exploit. And in professional tennis, once a weakness becomes visible, it doesn't stay isolated. Information spreads quickly across the tour. Players talk, coaches analyze, game plans adjust. What starts as a small vulnerability can quickly become a consistent target. That's how patterns turn into losing streaks. This is exactly why Coco Gauff's reaction matters. She isn't just another player observing from the outside. She's a Grand Slam champion who has personally experienced the pressure of being labeled a future star at a very young age. She knows what it feels like to have the spotlight on you before your game is fully developed. So when she acknowledges Eala's struggles, it's not criticism, it's recognition. It means this situation has reached a level where even the top players in the world are paying attention. But that level of visibility comes with its own consequences. On one side, it confirms that Eala is still relevant, still important, still a player worth watching. On the other side, it adds pressure. Every match begins to feel heavier. Every mistake carries more weight. And for a young player still developing her game, that pressure can affect decision-making in crucial moments. Instead of playing freely, players begin to think about expectations, about outcomes, about consequences. And at the highest level of tennis, even a moment of hesitation can decide a match. The impact of a ranking drop goes far beyond confidence. In professional tennis, rankings are infrastructure. They determine everything: entry into tournaments, seeding positions, potential matchups, and even long-term scheduling strategy. As Eala's ranking drops, her path becomes significantly more difficult. She may now have to play qualifying rounds just to enter tournaments where she previously had direct access. That means additional matches before the main draw even begins, which leads to more physical fatigue and less recovery time. And that creates a cycle that is very difficult to break. More matches lead to more fatigue. More fatigue leads to lower performance levels. Lower performance leads to more losses. And more losses continue to push the ranking downward. It's not just a technical challenge, it's a structural one. There's also a financial reality behind all of this that often goes unnoticed. Early exits mean lower prize money, while expenses such as travel, coaching, and training remain constant. For players outside the top 100, the margins are extremely tight. In many cases, it's not about making profit, it's about sustaining a career. A drop in ranking doesn't just affect results, it affects stability. Which brings us to the most important question: is this just a temporary slump, or something more serious? Tennis history offers both possibilities. Some players go through early struggles, identify their weaknesses, adapt their game, and come back stronger than before. Others, however, never fully recover from their first major decline, and their careers gradually fade. The difference between those two outcomes is not talent, it's adjustment. It's the ability to recognize what is not working and make the necessary changes, technically, tactically, and mentally. Coco Gauff herself is a perfect example of this. She entered the spotlight at an incredibly young age, faced enormous expectations, and went through periods of inconsistency. There were doubts about her game, questions about her ability to handle pressure, and moments where her results didn't match the hype. But she adapted. She improved her weaknesses, refined her playing style, and developed the mental strength required to compete at the highest level. Eventually, that process led her to a Grand Slam title and a position among the top players in the world. That's the path Eala is now trying to navigate, because right now, she's at a crossroads. This phase could be a natural part of growth, the kind every young player experiences when transitioning to the professional level. Or it could be a signal that her current game needs deeper, more fundamental changes. And that distinction matters. Fixing a temporary slump requires patience and consistency. But fixing a deeper issue requires transformation, changes in strategy, preparation, physical conditioning, and match execution. Those changes don't happen during matches. They happen in training sessions, in coaching discussions, and in the difficult decisions that shape a player's long-term development. There is also another layer that makes Eala's situation unique: pressure. In the Philippines, she isn't just a tennis player. She's a national figure. Every match she plays is followed closely, every result becomes a conversation, and every performance carries the weight of expectation. That kind of attention is rare for someone at this stage of a career, and it can influence performance in subtle but significant ways. Instead of focusing purely on execution, players begin to think about outcomes. They become more cautious. They second-guess decisions. They hesitate in key moments. And at the professional level, hesitation is often the difference between winning and losing. So, what happens next? The truth is, the future is still completely open. Tennis is a sport where momentum can change quickly. One strong tournament run can shift confidence, rebuild ranking points, and completely alter the trajectory of a season. If Eala can stabilize her performances, address the gaps in her game, and produce a few deep runs, her ranking can recover faster than it dropped. But if the struggles continue, the path becomes increasingly difficult. More qualifying matches, more pressure, more physical and mental strain, and fewer opportunities to rebuild momentum. That's why this moment is so important. Because this isn't the end of her story. This is the phase that will define it. Every great player in tennis history has gone through a period where talent alone wasn't enough, where the game demanded more. More resilience, more adaptation, more mental strength. The players who succeed aren't the ones who avoid this phase. They're the ones who grow through it, learn from it, and come out stronger on the other side. Right now, Eala is being tested not just by her opponents, but by the system, the pressure, and the expectations surrounding her. The rankings have asked the question. Now the answer will come on the court.